Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is having has had a magical Monday. My name is Dana Gomez with Sage and Harmony Holistic Coaching. Let me get the comment side pulled up. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I hope everyone is having a very, very magical Monday, or has had, depending upon what part of the globe you are joining us from. Go ahead and get these cards nice and cleansed so we can start. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Dana Gomez, Sage and Harmony Holistic Coaching. We are here Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and whatever that looks like for you in your part of the world. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I hope everyone has had or is having a magical Monday. Hey, darling. Hey, Shakti. How are you, my darling? I am good. I spent the weekend at Spirit Fest. Hey, Kate, here in Orlando, which was a beautiful, thank you for sharing, which was a beautiful metaphysical show. There are incredible, talented readers and shamans and all kinds of wonderful practitioners, and there were crystals and there were herbs and there were all kinds of wonderful things. And I spent the weekend there, and then I didn't realize that I didn't schedule the show until late. So I apologize for getting started late, but I was not going to miss a chance to hang with you guys tonight because I love hanging with you guys. I spent the weekend doing readings, and by last night, I was done. I was drained. I was like, okay, that is pretty much it for me. But here we are. You may. We're going to go ahead and start, as we always do, with our affirmation meditation, and then we will get into our readings. So I will invite you all now to please just make yourselves nice and comfortable right where you are, giving yourself permission to just relax and check out just for a moment. And just go ahead now and lower your shoulders. Close your eyes if you're able to. If you're in a safe space. Good. Give yourself permission just to chill for a minute. Letting your shoulders drop. Letting your tummy expand as it breathes. Very normally, right? Noticing any tension that's coming up in your body. Any tension in our fingers. Any tension in our neck. Hi, Karen. Awesome. Go ahead now and just allow your body just to sink into the seat just for a few moments. As we ask the universe, what is our affirmation meditation for today? We are using the Harmony and Flow deck, which is available on my website. And so today's affirmation is, I am proud of how far I have come. Wow, isn't that appropriate? I am proud of how far I have come. So let's go ahead, right hand over our heart, left hand over our tummy, and just breathe that in nice and deep. I am proud of how far I have come. Nice breath in, nice and deep. Good. Big exhale out. I am proud of how far I have come. Nice breath in. Good. Big exhale out. I am proud of how far I have come. Breathing that in nice and deep. Saying that nice and loud out to the universe. Being in gratitude. Big exhale out. Last time. I am proud of how far I have come. Nice breath in. Good. Big exhale out. All right, guys, this is our mantra for this week. Make sure that my house isn't on fire. This is our mantra for this week. I am proud of how far I have come. So make sure that you write that down somewhere. Keep that close so that when you experience any challenges this week, you can remember of how proud you can be of how far you've come. Let's see. Hey, Diana. Hey, Kim. Oh, guys, I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Miss Kate, we have someone to send off with love, Miss Kate. Every time I see that now, I think about you. We send them off with love. So let's go ahead and send them off with love. All righty. All right, Shakti, are you ready? Hi, Kim. Great to see you. Great having you here, darling. Hi, Diana. Oh, it's been a minute. I hope you're doing wonderful, my love. Hope you are doing wonderful. All right, Shakti, we are going to get in. I know those trolls. Oh, those trolls. It wouldn't be a show without the trolls, Miss Kate. I think I would feel like offended. I'd be like, what happened to my trolls? Like, if you don't have haters, are you even doing anything right in life? Isn't that it? That's it. That's it. You have to have haters. There we go. Shakti's team, and Shakti's team to come through for the highest good. Calling ascended masters, archangels, angels, calling the highest of the highest of the high. Calling the highest of the highest of the high. My fiance says that all the time. We need to, if you've stopped accumulating haters, then you've stopped working hard. You have to work a little bit harder. So it's like every month, have you accumulated any more haters? No, then you got to work a little bit harder. I am doing wonderful. Shakti. Wow. I love this. All right, my dear. Speaking of being proud, so your first card, actually, you had two cards that were working with the spiritual guidance deck. 2 cards that fell out for you straight away. The first one was be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it is important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and be proud. I mean, honestly, guys, really, really right now, really. After the affirmation that we just had, this card falls out of the deck. Okay. Your second card is the Strength card. I'll read that to you in a second. Strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence and conviction and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique, beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You are never really alone, as we're always with you. And then your last, so those are the 2 cards that fell out for you straight away. And then your last card is the Animal Kingdom card. Animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. And that is the Animal Kingdom card. And that's one of the things that I kind of want you to pay attention. So I'm just going to bring in the Be Proud card and the Strength card and the Animal Kingdom card. Absolutely, Miss Kim. So first of all, let's start with the Animal Kingdom card. So when animals show up to our door, or they just happen to show up out of nowhere, like if you're at a red light and all of a sudden out of nowhere a dragonfly happens to land on your car or anything like that, I want you to start acknowledging those as symbols, as spirit messages, as messages, because as the card was saying, there's lessons and there's life in them. There's associations with certain things. So, for example, the dragonfly is a representation of learning, of acknowledging how to be present, how to stay within time. So I was seeing animals on my third eye. Okay, beautiful. See, this is wonderful. And so this is that connection, and it's a reminder of certain things to kind of, again, be present, bring you back. But also I love the fact that it's talking about learning to celebrate you and to be proud of you, right? As the affirmation card was just talking about, be proud of how far you have come. It's great that we spend so much time working, right? But I think that sometimes we get so caught up working, and I don't know about you guys, but I never really learned how to celebrate myself. It was like, okay, I reached one accomplishment. Okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And I was just always going to the next thing, and I never really celebrated myself. And I didn't celebrate myself because I was afraid to. I wasn't. I as a child, it wasn't anything that you were supposed to do, because when you are, well, I don't know about, again, your experiences, but also not just for myself, but a lot of my clients that I deal with, it's the same thing. As children, a lot of times we were taught not to celebrate ourselves because then you're too full of yourself, you're thinking too much, you're too, you're too egotistical, it's feeding the ego. But this isn't an ego thing. This is learning how to love you and to be proud of the things that you've accomplished. So not necessarily doing it from coming from an ego source, but in a recognition of the strength that you have. Does that make sense? And so that's where that strength card comes in. So it's not connecting to the accomplishments from an ego standpoint. It's coming from an acknowledgement of the strengths that you have, and that you've learned to build throughout your life. Okay, very good. So in the strength, right? So there's that saying that, traumas bring strength. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes and no, but yes and yes. So yes, traumas do bring strength, but it was you that brought that strength, because you could have quit any time, right? When those traumas happen, we're not going to celebrate the traumas. We're going to celebrate getting through it. We're going to celebrate the resilience. We're going to celebrate the wisdom. We're going to celebrate the strength that we have, so that next time, not saying that we're going to prepare for another trauma, but what it does is that it strengthens us, and it helps to build those lessons. So we know, okay, what not to do, pay attention to those red flags, and really question things when it doesn't feel good. But most importantly, trusting that intuition, because as we're doing this, it builds that intuition. Makes sense? Very good. So I say all this to say that this is like the perfect for you at this point is, again, be proud, celebrate your strengths, not coming from, and your accomplishments, not coming from the ego standpoint, but it's okay to acknowledge the things that you've done. It's okay to say, hey, I've done a lot of work, and I've really come far. It is absolutely okay to do that. And say, you know what, I deserve a break for just a bit, because sometimes we do need to put the sword down, right? It doesn't mean just because we're a warrior that we need to fight till the death. It means we're just going to fight. And then when you get tired, you have to put that sword down, you relax, you get yourself together, you build your strength again, and then you get up again with clear head, clear mind. Because if you're working from a place of exhaustion, then you're not going to function. It makes sense. Very good. I love that. Okay, so that is your reading today, my dear. We have a lot of people on today. Wow. Okay. Hi, Helen. Karen, I got you next. Thank you. Hi, Jocelyn. Who else? I saw somebody else join. Hi, Kim. Did I see anybody else? Did I miss anybody else? If I missed you, I apologize. Hi, Julie. Hi. Welcome, guys. Welcome so much. I appreciate everybody being here. I see some new time follower or some first time followers. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, if you do a donation, please make sure that you mention it in the comments. So donations and stars get priority readings. So Karen, you are next, my dear. Oh, well, I hope it's good tears, my love. And so let's all just take a moment while we're here on the call together and just hold Shakti in our heart and just in our heart center, and just open that up and just send out beautiful love and healing and supporting energy. And just giving thanks for this moment. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share this space with you, my dear. All right. I love you so much. I appreciate you. Karen, are you ready, my dear? Did you have a question? Or we're just going to do what's our message tonight. You're so welcome. Hi, Miss Helen. How was your trip? I love you. How is your trip, Helen? Beautiful pictures, by the way. I love you guys that follow me on Facebook on my personal account, because then I get to see all these wonderful pictures and stuff that you guys share. So calling on Karen's team. I want Karen's team to come through the highest good, please. I'm going to highest to the highest good, please. I'm going to send in masters, angels, and angels. Ancestors, the highest to the highest. The highest of the highest of the highest of the highest. So calling in for the highest good, please. Hi, Tina. Yeah. Okay. So your first card, my dear, is find your center. Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside of you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then it's an ideal moment and to ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? That is your first card. Find your center. Your second card is you are not alone. We are here for you. We've never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near, or through all of the sadness and the loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near or feel how much we love, how much of the love we are sending you. We are your family, your friends, and your guides. You never walk alone, and we walk right beside you. And I just got chills as I was reading that. Of course, I struggled with it, but once I got it together. Hi, Tina. First time here. It's wonderful to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karen, for tagging her. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you are just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving and love and compassion. While love can be beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels through life. And to be quite honest, it does just feel like a confirmation message for you, right? Just needing to, it feels like a hug that you needed right now. Is really like, as I'm feeling this, like I'm literally in, I wish you could kind of see that part of it, but like just goosebumps, because I'm feeling like a hug around you, that it's just a reassuring, we love you, but also know that, even if you don't feel it or hear it all the time, or because sometimes we do get caught up in the everyday things of life and just kind of going on autopilot mode. Sometimes we get so caught up in the day, we don't pay attention to just the senses of our our ancestors, our guides, our spirit team just being there with us. But the more that we if we're in a moment of struggle, that is the great time to check in. And I always say that, but even more importantly, checking in when we're not in a moment of stress, of anxiety. Beautifully just say thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do, being in that sense of gratitude, because it's wonderful to also to give that. Mostly, though, also giving yourself permission to receiving love, receiving help, right? Receiving messages, receiving the guidance. Sometimes we struggle with that, but also, again, that confirmation of you're not alone. So allow us to do what we do best, right? What does your spirit team do best? They help you, they guide you, they love you, they protect you. So this is, again, more of a confirmation message for you right now. If this is what you're needing, this is the, hey, we're here, we love you, the hug coming in. I would invite you to, when you're meditating the next time, just call them in and visualize the experience with them. just kind of sitting in a temple or just being outside in a beautiful garden, whatever feels right for you, whatever resonates for you, and just inviting them in and just having them come in one by one, just inviting them, just say, for the highest of my high, the highest of the highest of the high, for my highest good, please come in and just give me the message, whatever it is that looks like. Just give me that guidance. And as you're doing that, just give them that opportunity to come in, but use the opportunity to connect, because they're already there waiting for you. It's just your opportunity to connect with them. Yes. So this is that, again, that confirmation that you're needing of, we're here, go ahead and start connecting. That visualization part, though, once you do that, that's going to really to help to guide you, because what's going to happen is that it's not just going to be the hug part of it that's going to feel wonderful, but the words of guidance that's going to come, that they're going to provide for you, the support, the wisdom that you're going to need at the exact moment. So then that way you can continue and you can go on. But remember the anxiety. And so one of the questions, interesting enough, the questions that I got asked a lot yesterday during the convention from the people I was doing readings from was, how do I tell the difference between my anxiety and my intuition? Well, your anxiety is up here, and your anxiety is fear-based, and it's always going to tell you what not to do in that sense. But your intuition is here and here, and it's a very, very different energy feeling, right? The anxiety is that I see it like a mouse trying to get food, like scurrying around, like, hey, 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 hey. But the intuition is a very steadfast, very solid, controlled feeling, whereas the anxiety has a little bit of a hectic, chaotic energy to it, if that makes sense. So pay attention to that if you ever question, okay, is this my anxiety or is this my intuition? Because that is one good way of figuring that out. You're so welcome, my dear. Okay. All right. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, if you have made a donation or have shared stars, please let me know in the comments so I can get to you guys first, because those are priority readings. Where are we? Give me a second. I'm trying to see. So we have Kim. We have Kim next. And then I think no, we have Jocelyn next. I apologize. We have Jocelyn, and then I think Kim. I'm trying to keep up, guys. Hang on. All right, Miss Jocelyn. All right, Jocelyn, thank you. Miss Jocelyn, for you, we have the Threads of Fate deck. Jocelyn's team to come through for Pull on the highest of our team, please. Angels, archangels, guardians, guides. The highest of the highest of the high to come from the highest good. Messages of love, spirit, and guidance, please. Okay, Tina, I got you next. Thank you very much. Ooh, beautiful cards, my dear. Okay. So the Threads of Fate deck deals a little bit with some shadow work, just some things that we need to pay attention to. Like you guys know, I already do more personal development readings than anything. So that's kind of what we're focusing on. So your first card is Transmute. It's interesting enough, we have that moth there, as we talked about animal readings earlier. Your second is Get Wild. And I'll explain this in a second. Just give me a moment. And then your third is underworld. Trying to get a good, there we go. These cards are so beautiful, but it's hard to get the pictures in. So the first thing we're going to work a little bit backwards right now. So we're going to start with the underworld card, right? That is, like I was saying, it's more shadow work. So kind of going in what we're needing to heal, what we're needing to look at a little bit. And the reason that we're doing this transmute card is because instead of releasing it and taking it away, I want you to think about yourself as an alchemist, right? I want you to think about yourself in the way of not just releasing things and getting rid of them, but releasing them and changing them, right? Creating something new and beautiful from them. If you have ever been thrifting, or if you are creative, like in arts or anything like that, when we take something that was old, used, that was kind of thrown away, whatever, that really didn't serve any purpose anymore for somebody else or even for ourselves, we take that and we sand it down and we polish it up and we paint it and we make something beautiful out of it. This is the things that we can do with our traumas, right? It's things that we can do with our pain, our sadness, our depression, our anxiety, all of those things, right? This does a couple of things. Number one, it builds a strength that where you thought you had, now it levels that up, if you will, right? Builds up the confidence. So we learn how to be an emotional flow. So we know that we have a pain, but now I can use this pain as fuel. I have a trauma, but I can use the experience as a way to connect with other people that have had these same or similar traumas, right? It gives us the opportunity to now use this. And instead of saying, okay, I'm going to tuck this away, or I'm going to heal from it and I'm never going to look at it again, and just say, okay, well, what can I do with this now? Okay, so that underworld is works with that transmute card in the sense of, okay, figure out what it is that still needs healing or that you're still working on. Dig a little bit deeper, and it's okay to dig a little bit deeper. Sometimes it's going to get uncomfortable. There's going to be some tears. There's going to be some pain, but that pain can be transmuted. That pain can be changed into freedom, right? Vulnerability, that beautiful liberation, that bravery, that courage. So change your pain into something else that's going to not just work for you, but work for others. Now, get wild. One of the things that it's inviting you to do between all of those, between the going through the kind of the dark side and doing all the transmutation, is just don't forget to have fun with yourself, my dear. I mean, it's a great time to be spontaneous, be a little bit silly, do something silly for yourself, walk outside in the rain barefoot, just something that's going to just lighten the mood, because you can't be so rigid and serious and super, spiritual or super logical all the time and just be so. Your vibration it needs to be raised, right? When you're laughing and you're having fun and you're silly and you're goofy, and you guys see here, I don't know if I don't think you've been here before, but like, I love laughing and I love stupid jokes. Like, dad jokes are my favorite jokes. If I'm having a bad day, I'll just sit there and watch dad jokes for like an hour and I will crack up because it's stupid and it's funny and it makes me laugh. But that laughter is raising my vibration. I'm changing my state. Again, I'm talking to you about emotional flow. So you just keep changing your state. You keep moving so that way you're not in one thing. You don't stay in one state, okay? So don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to play a little bit. Don't forget to be silly. Color, have a bubble bath and just splash around. Do something silly for you. So then that way it feels good and you can laugh and just be childlike again, innocence. So it's that balance, my dear. It's not all one. It's not all the other. I know. A lot of us do, and that's okay. But just don't forget to have fun, okay? That is your message, my dear. Thank you so much for being here. Tina Bobina. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Miss Jocelyn. I appreciate you. My pleasure and honor to do your reading. Thank you, my dear. Please make sure that you share the show and you are subscribed to Psychic Fixes. You can subscribe to my Facebook page, which is Sage and Harmony, so that you can get all the updates of the latest and the greatest of the readers coming on. We have amazing practitioners on here. Calling on Tina's team to come here for a higher scope, please. Calling on messages of love, peace, and guidance for the highest of the highest. To highest of the highest of the highest. Anything else that she needs to know? Thank you. Okay, Miss Tina. Your first card is, so this, we're working with the Archangel deck. Your first card is Mother, Father, God. And I would like for you just to take a moment and just kind of really check into this card for a moment. Would like for you to notice the energy coming from, sky, source, sun, if you will, but also just how she's connecting with the earth, almost like a conduit. And I want you to pay attention to that because that's something that we're going to talk about in just a second. So Mother, Father, God, yeah? Your second is harmony and resolution. Thank you. Okay, so specifically with this card, one of the things that the download that I'm getting for you straight away is just a reminder of you have a very strong angelic presence around you, and this is that reminder of this angelic presence that you have around you, protecting you and mostly protecting you, but kind of giving you that guidance and support. So that's what's coming through straight away. But I wanted to finish. Your last card is clear, cancel, release. And the reason that this card is now coming in last, interesting enough, is because that's what you, let me back up a little bit. Harmony and resolution is the end result, but it's also them being there to love you and protect you and to give you the guidance. Now, in order for you to, when you go into that clear, cancel, release mode towards this end of the year, and I talk about this a lot and that right now is, I want you specifically, but for pretty much everybody in the collective, to really focus on the things that we're getting rid of this year. The things aren't holding us, they're holding us back. Taking inventory of the food we eat, how well we're taking care of ourselves, the people that are around us, our jobs, our self-care, our self-love, right? What's holding you back right now that needs to be released, cleared out, and moved. Now, the reason that we're doing that and the reason that this came in first is because this is the card of the reassurance of, hey, you're going to be doing this, but you're not doing this alone. Does that make sense? So it's not that you're going to be, when you're going through this work, because it does feel like there's going to be some challenges around that. And that's okay. These challenges are there to help us to grow and to build strength. Yeah. So those challenges are okay. But the card specifically that came in with the download of we're here for protection and love was that I'm seeing it as them holding your hand through this. Does that make sense? And so I would like for you to remember that they have you on both sides, both hands, as you're walking through this. And I am like completely covered in goosebumps right now. So this energy is super, super strong right now. Right now. So they are literally holding you by each hand. Whew. And you are so loved. Oh my God. Like this love feeling energy that is coming through right now is beautiful, but it's very overwhelming and it's so intense. Whew. Yeah. I'm glad that you do, my darling, because I am feeling so much of it right now. And it's a beautiful, like, overwhelming feeling. It's just very intense right now. Okay, we're going to get through this. So, Mother, Father, God, yes, what I would like for you to do is, as I mentioned earlier, seeing yourself as that conduit, right? Receiving when you're going through these channels, when you're going through these changes. Yeah. When you're going through the challenges and the moving through part, receiving, right? Being in complete gratitude, being in a complete state of surrender as you receive. We talked a little bit about transmuting with another reading, but it still kind of holds in. So allowing it to come through, do what it needs to do, not taking it in the sense of something is happening to you, but it's happening for you, for your highest good, for your growth, for your love, for your support, for your faith to continue to grow. Okay. Now, when I said a conduit, so coming in, going through all of these changes inside of you, yeah, and then coming out, soles of feet into Mother Earth, right, into this Earth center, transmuting that energy, changing that energy out, and coming back in up through the soles of your feet. And as you're, this is a meditation I would like for you to visualize coming up, back up to the soles of your feet in a source, in the form of energy, in the form of pure love, in the form of support and power and strength that is coming into you to continue to feed you, because you're going to need that to get through this part. It is going to be just fine and work out. But just remember, when those times get hard, just hold on to those hands, because like I said, those hands are there. They're so intensely strong and loving. Oh my gosh, woman, like completely unexpected right now, but I'm grateful that they're there for you. But that energy and those spirits are just there, just loving you and giving you that love and support. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the support. Thank you for allowing me to be a channel for her highest good. Thank you for the guidance and the channel and the messages. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Tina, that is your message. And I need water. Yeah, well, I was trying to keep it together. Didn't do as well as I hoped, but whew. Yes. Thank you, Miss Tina. Okay. Mm-hmm. It is, isn't it? That feeling, that feeling of love was so incredible. I mean, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was like such a beautiful unconditional love that was just like pouring in, and it was like, she needs to know, she needs to know, she needs to know. And I'm like, okay, I couldn't even find the words to like verbally express it. Like, I wish I could give you the colors and the feeling that was just happening. It was beautiful. It was just, there was no way for me to humanly express it. Oh. Thank you. Thank you for that opportunity to be able to share that and channel that for you. Okay. Helen, I think you're next. Are you? Yeah, your mom was like that. Well, it's just it was really beautiful. Thank you. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm so humbled that I was able to channel that for you. So thank you so much. Miss Helen, are you here still, my dear? Okay, thank you. I'm calling on Miss Helen's team now. I'm calling Miss Helen's team to come through for her highest good. Please call on the angels and angels. Ascended masters, spirit guides, guardians, come through for her highest good. The highest of the highest of the high to come through, please. Highest of the highest of the highest to come through, please. Please, my peace and guidance and wisdom, please, and support and savior, please. Thank you. That'd be wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. I appreciate that. Thank you. So your first card is explore your options, and this is the Archangel Michael deck, specifically called out for you. My prayer, dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me to see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. Your second card is honor and trust your feelings. My prayer, thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen and act upon my feelings. Help me to understand and express my emotions with love. And then your last card, which I ended up getting a download about, so I'm gonna start with that one, is write about your thoughts and feelings. My prayer, thank you for helping me to tap into my God-given creativity, wisdom, so I can clearly express myself and glean insight, blessings, and healing. And like I said, I'm going to start with this one first. Specifically with the writing down your thoughts, your feelings, one of the things that they're asking you to do is to pay attention to any cycles and patterns, any kind of coincidences that may come through in a sense of journaling. So when you're journaling, and it's great to just kind of go in and bleed on paper, right? Just whatever thoughts, whatever's happening, especially if you're having dreams, these downloads, these messages that come through, just go ahead and just keep a pen and paper near the bed. Or if you're in the car, obviously don't write while you're driving, but give yourself kind of permission to be able to write stuff down or have some kind of notepad or something. The reason that we're doing this is because we're starting to look for again, those cycles and patterns that we don't necessarily pay attention to in our everyday life, right? So it's not until we go back and just realize that, oh, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I guess I kind of do that. Or this boundary is something that keeps getting stepped on by not just one person, but maybe multiple people. So maybe that's something that I need to look into. So that is going to be very important for you. Again, I'm going to keep stressing about how we're ending this year. I know we're only in September, but now is a good time to start working through all of these things that we are starting that need to die off, so that way we can start the new year really fresh and really strong. Now, the same way that we have those seasons that, you know, the trees, the nature just kind of starts shutting itself down, kind of going to sleep. This is great, perfect, wonderful. This is the time that we start doing it. We don't, it's a process. So it's not that it's going to happen overnight. So we start now to the beginning of the year, right? But again, I would like for you to really kind of pay attention to that, because there's going to be, again, some consistencies that are inconsistent that just kind of show up for you that you haven't really paid attention to and noticed. Dream sweet, my dear. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Oh, give the puppies a kiss and a snuggle for me. I love the puppies. The puppies are so wonderful. Puppies are my favorite. Honor and trust your feelings. I'm going to stress again about the boundaries that get crossed and who's coming through and all of that. So I really want you to pay attention to that. That intuition that doesn't feel good when you're around certain people, or just kind of, pulling back from the energy that you're needing to receive. The energy vampires, definitely pay attention to those and explore your options. So if we're not in a situation that we can completely cut somebody out of our life, what can we do? How can we protect ourselves energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? Because there are ways that we can protect ourselves from, especially if we're, coworkers or family or whatever that looks like, that we have them in our life, that not necessarily that we can say, okay, well, I just don't want to ever talk to you again because, you're an energy vampire and I feel absolutely terrible when I leave your presence. We can't always do that, but what we can do is protect our own energy and pay attention to what happens when you leave certain people and that feeling that comes up. What are you feeling? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling drained? So what are those feelings? And again, pay attention to those things and write those things down. And the reason that that's important is because here is where you're going to start what I call spider webbing, right? Noticing, kind of connecting the dots of what their personality is, what they make you feel like, how that plays out to what you feel now all of a sudden, how your health is affected. So all of those things are interconnected, whether we look at them or not. But it's nice to be able to put it on paper, because when we put it on paper, then we can kind of step back. Does that make sense? And just say, okay, well, I needed to step back and look at it from a different view. If you ever look at like the cop shows and everything, how they have the whiteboard and they put everything there and they step back and they just kind of look at it and be like, and they start connecting what the common denominator is and what needs to be changed and what the coincidences are, or what the common sense is. So we're like, okay, well, what's here that connects with that? And when you take that step back and you look, then you gain a different insight, different knowledge, and also that strength, and say, okay, well, what is it that I need to change within me? Because when we change within ourselves, then the things around us also are going to change. We can't change other people, but we can change ourselves. We have control of our energy. We have control over our thoughts and our feelings. Make sense? That is your message for today, my dear. More water. Stephanie, welcome. All right, Miss Stephanie, you are next. We're calling on Stephanie's team. And Stephanie's team to contact their highest good, please. And the highest of the highest of the highest for Stephanie's team to contact, please. We're calling on Stephanie's angels, archangels, ascended masters, guardians, and guides to contact our highest good, please. And the highest of the highest of the highest to contact our highest good, please. Okay, Miss Stephanie. So your first card is learning experience. And we're working with the Archangel deck. So it's learning experience. And here's the card. One of the things that I want to bring to your attention, is the way that she's holding the light, right, through the darkness, just that guiding light. And I kind of want you to pay attention to that, because That's going to be important when we talk about that learning experience, okay? Your next is signs and reminders. And here are our animal, if Shakti is still on, here are our animal guides again showing up. But they are just one form of signs and reminders that we get. And then your last card is opportunity and change. Opportunity and change. And I also kind of want to bring your attention to, she's holding the bird and the bird is sitting there, but there's also the ones in the sky. And they represent not just freedom, but a voice of change, right? Opportunity for change. Being very, very present. One of the things that we're going to go ahead and start with that learning experience, and I was talking about that guiding light through the darkness, we touched on this in other readings, but creating those experiences, creating the opportunities from those learning experiences. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to you're so welcome, my dear. Yes, unfortunately, we do have those energy vampires around us. So it's important for you to start learning how to separate yourself. If you need help with that, let me know. I'm happy to help you with that also. What is happening with my shirt? That's the wrong side. There we go. So again, I apologize, Stephanie. So we're talking about the learning experiences. And again, I'm going to kind of go back into it as the transmuting and making something out of, creating something out of something not so great, right? Again, kind of working in the alchemist mindset. What are you learning? That learning experience is also, the angels are there giving you that guiding light, so that way you're not feeling alone. That way you're feeling guided and loved and protected. It's so important to look. Your perspective of how things are and how things are going to change is going to make or break the situation. Does that make sense? So just in the sense of, okay, like I said, if things are happening to me or things are happening for me. So if things are happening for me, what's the greatest thing that I can do with this now? If I know that I can use this now and be a lighthouse for other people, with the experiences that I have, sometimes it's our own family members. Sometimes it's us, right? If I could be my own lighthouse for a little bit, that's absolutely fine. It is absolutely okay. But I don't want you to forget about this guiding light that you have. Your angels are around you. Your spirit team is around you to give you that guiding light. So when you're not feeling safe, when you're not feeling sure, make sure that you go back and you ask, because they cannot intervene without your permission, but they need your help also. Okay. Signs and reminders. And again, this is where that comes in. So when you're needing to connect and you want something, ask for something very specific. Ask for the feathers, ask for a certain color bird, let me see a blue bird, let me see whatever that is, that's going to resonate with you, because we will second guess when we get a sign. Was that really a sign? I think I need another sign. I don't know, that could have just been coincidence, right? But if you ask for something very specific and you get that very, very specific thing, then that's that confirmation of, oh yeah, I guess that was them. Yeah, oh yeah, there. I mean, you get everything but a neon sign. Yes, it is really your sign, right? That's basically what ends up happening. For me, it's feathers. I always ask for feathers. And I ask when I'm connecting or there's a situation that I would like some reassurance on. I literally will tell you I have a bowl full of feathers. And there was one day that I found like 3 within just a few feet from one another. And I was like, okay, all right, got it. Good. We're good. But again, ask for that. That way, when the messages do come through or the signs do come through, you're like, okay, I have the reassurance now and that faith, because you'll start building that faith and that trust. And it will be a lot easier to be in surrender once you have that faith and trust. Now, why is surrender important? Surrender is important because this is going to make this opportunity and change a hell of a lot easier. Okay. change and that opportunity, pay attention to self-sabotaging behavior. All right. Failure of succeeding and failure of failing. Right. Or being afraid to succeed, being afraid to fail. Any of those things, those are self-sabotaging behaviors. The should I not, but what's going to happen, and then creating all of these blocks because you tried to manifest it, you put the intention out there, but then you need to know how it's going to play out. Well, who are the players involved? How is it going to end? And every time you put in a, well, how will, and what happens, and what if, you put another block in between you and the thing that you're trying to manifest, right? So if you just go into it with complete and total surrender, you are in flow. There's nothing blocking you from your goal, and you just go in straight away because you're in a complete state of surrender. They have you. They got your back. Free falling off of a cliff. Terrifying. I know. I've been there many, many years, but now I'm just at a state where I'm like, it'll be fine. They got me. I don't know how they got me, but they got me. But being in that state, now that's where that, and I was talking about that bird in hand, that's trust, my dear. That's knowing that I can come and go as I please. That's freedom. Does that make sense? When you have that freedom because you have complete and total surrender and trust, it is absolutely life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. But that comes with really like deep-seated faith, just in not necessarily you, but just that the universe and the divine is working in your favor. So you have to work with. And as you are working with, you are releasing so you can rise, so you can continue to receive and ask for what you want. But remember, there is this beautiful light that's there. It's always going to be there. It doesn't matter how dark it gets. The smallest little match can break the darkest room. So it doesn't matter how dark it gets. And those areas of darkness, remember, those are opportunities for growth and for love. Those are the places that need the light the most. Those dark places, those are the places that need the light the most. So it's okay to get into those dark places. It's okay to heal those places. It's okay to go in there and have your flashlight, have a book of matches, whatever it is that you need. It's okay to go into those places because, my darling, you are light. That is what you are. That is what we all are. Continue to believe in yourself. Ask for the help. Ask for the guidance. Ask for whatever it is you need. And if you don't know what you need, tell them that you don't know what you need and that you need the guidance and you need the help. Say, I don't know what I need. But what I do know is that I need you guys to please send people my way, put the right people in the right place at the right time to help me to get through this, and give me the wisdom, give me the strength to get through this situation. Please and thank you. Yes, I've been doing a lot of healing and shadow work. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Take all of that, my dear, and now put that in your freedom bank, because that is going to work in your favor for your freedom. A freedom that is going to be different than anything that you've experienced before. Because when you have that faith in that freedom and that faith, it's a whole different ball game. You don't worry about little things like, and I say little things, but you don't worry about little things like somebody breaking your heart, money, a job, how this is going to happen, because you know I can cry, I can be angry, I can let out my emotions, I can do all of those things and have my human experience, because that's what I am. I'm a human right now having an experience. But then I know that after I have all those feelings and I let all those feelings out and I do all the things, now I can go back and say, okay, now what are we going to do? Where do I go from here? Because that's what you're building off of that. You're never starting from zero ever again. None of us are starting from zero again. From here on, we're moving up. Make sense? Whew. That is your reading for tonight, my dear. Thank you so much for being here. This was wonderful. Oh my God, this hour just flew by. I feel like I just got on. This is insane. Okay, I gotta go because I know that there's another practitioner coming on Psychic Fixes tonight. So if you have not followed Psychic Fixes, please make sure that you are subscribing, following, doing all the things. Please also make sure that you are following my Facebook page, Sage in Harmony. You're so welcome. It was a pleasure. Thank you, my dear. Sage in Harmony for the latest and greatest information on updates. I have a bunch of product lines that came out now. Intention candles, ritual candles, affirmation cards. What else do I have? I don't even know. I have so many different things on there now. So please make sure you check out the website for that. I will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat station. Monday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And whatever that looks like on your end. I appreciate you guys. Yes, it was absolutely, it wasn't it great today? Like today was just absolutely insane. It flew by. It felt like 0.2 seconds. I feel like I just got on, but I know I'm gonna have to jump off because I know there's somebody else getting ready to go on soon too. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate your energy. Thank you for all the spirit guides, all the ancestors, all the angels, archangels that came through tonight to help for the guidance and the peace, the community, the beautiful spirit team, community, family that came through also. So we are in gratitude for that. And I will see you guys next week. Until then, blessed be wonderful, stay magical. I love you. Bye.